So the work in the shed came to a halt because we had some trees that we were having removed and the guys showed up. So I'm not going out there because I'm not trying to get clunked in the head by a branch or something. But this is what we are dealing with. This guy way up there. Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. So we have some things going on right now. What I have to do is finish the installation in both sides of this building. We do have some trees being cut down right now, so there's a lot of chainsaw work in the background. It's pretty loud, pretty obnoxious. I'm trying to close off the area as much as possible. The door's closed, the insulation is helping. But I did run into a problem, and the problem that I ran into, so when I was doing this part up here, there's nothing for the drywall to hook onto, so I had to cut like double up on these, right? If you look where it is, the wall kind of stops here and then goes up, but there's nothing to catch that drywall, right? So I had to make a couple more of these, and I did it in various spots all across. So I doubled up, and I'm gonna have to wedge in between to bring it out, right? I'm gonna have to bring that out so that it's flush with this part of the wall. So it's a funky building. The design is funky. But yeah, I will show you on the other side what I've done to kind of remedy this situation that we have going on here, because I did get one side done. It took some figuring out. So I'll go on the other side and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're on the other side of the building now, and I'm gonna show you pretty closely. What I had to do was I had to, like I was trying to explain on the other side, I had to build this out a bit and get it flush so that I can mount another piece of wood, which is this one, so that when the drywall goes up, it sits flush against it, and I'll be able to screw the drywall in, obviously. So I'll show you a little bit closer what I mean by that. So if you see here, now there's this lip, right, where the drywall can sit flush against it. This had to be flush as well. On the other side, it kind of goes in and there would be nothing. So if you look back here where I have the insulation, see that build? So I had to build it out pretty much to get this the way we need it. It is, or I should say it was difficult. It was pretty difficult to do that, or to figure it out. I was sitting here racking my brain for a bit, and I got it all figured out. So I'm gonna get back to the other side and pretty much mimic exactly what I did on this side, and we'll get the rest of the drywall up. So obviously some of this was done with the intentions of getting that right up, and it didn't work out that way. That just happens sometimes. I don't know if any of you have ever worked with this kind of stuff before. It almost feels like, you know, an egg crate, like an egg carton. It's the kind of material, but I mean, it's supposed to be for airflow and circulation at the top of the building. But yeah, these things very easy to rip, very easy to tear. Yeah. Well, that didn't go so good. All right, so got it all down. I'm gonna start trying to screw this wood in and get this stuff kind of leveled out the way that I need it, and we'll go from there. Knock myself in the head. You would have liked that, wouldn't you?
No.
Why are you laughing so hard? You would have liked it.
Why? Why would I have liked that? So today's a busy day over here. We're having some trees cut down. So if you hear a lot of chainsaws going, it's because we're having some trees removed from the property just to kind of open up the space a little bit more. I can
Walked out.
the
Got
camera.
blinded by sawdust.
Oh, you did? I was just telling everyone that we're getting some trees removed. Oh, okay. We'll have to walk you guys through the yard after it's done, but
Build it out. Now comes a little bit of shimming. And line up avenues. Just cut some of this. Did on the other side is I had to screw it together. A small piece like that, man, a lot of time it's gonna crack. Just keep it in place. Fix this situation right here. Let's take this and we're just gonna nowhere. Moving around. Nice and flush. All right, friends, so I went ahead and I shimmed up the 2x4 and I brought them out so that they're flush, just like on the other side. There's a bunch of shims still in here. On the other side, I trimmed those out to make it nice and neat. I don't think I'm gonna do that over here. I think I'm just gonna put the insulation in because I'm ready to have this finished. I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of watching this. Let's get to drywall already, right? So they're in, they're nice and flush, and shouldn't have a problem with that. I'm gonna try. We'll see what the drywall looks like. If it I'm sorry. I'm gonna try. We'll see what the insulation looks like. If it's a hassle, then I'll go ahead and cut them out. If not, then I'm gonna continue. Insulation is such a pain in the butt. I hate doing it, but it has to be done, obviously. I know I could just stuff it in there. I know. Whatever. Seems like it's working out pretty good. Use up the rest of this. Sounds like the rain is coming down pretty bad now. It's not a good thing for the guys that are outside cutting the trees out. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to screw on some wood on top of the wood that I just did, just so I have that extra piece that I can screw the drywall into while we're doing the ceiling portion of the drywall. Now you get an idea of what this is for. I got insulation in my lungs. So I'm gonna have to cut another piece to finish that corner over there. Once that's done, I will put the air vent back up and finish the drywall. So I got the vent back up. Some of it tore, which looks a bit crappy, but you ain't gonna see it because the insulation's gonna be there. But this one ripped right here. But that's back in. Everything is looking the way it should. Now on this side, we have a little, see right here? We got this little lip right here for the drywall to sit against, and I can put screws in it in this corner, and it lines up with this one. So there to here. And really that was the problem that I was having in terms of the drywall portion of this. And I know that the insulation kind of drug out, but I was really baffled with how am I going to get this to fit on this side with this, you know, weird build. I'm glad I came up with the solution, and I think it's going to work out fine. Everything is back the way it should be now, and it's just, you know, insulating the ceiling. That's the only thing left. And then we'll get some drywall done. Hey friends, so we got all the insulation on the ceiling up. It's done. Some parts look a bit janky, I'm not gonna lie, and it's only because we had to cut it in sections and kind of get it up there. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. So these are kind of cut in sections, right? And it looks janky as all hell, but we really just need it to stay there until we put the drywall up. Other than that, I'm all right with it. We should be starting the drywall tomorrow.
Yes.
There's Chantal. So she was a fantastic helper. We have the lights obviously are hanging down. You see above. I'll show you on the other side right now, but that's done, and we are going to end it for tonight. This video should have went out yesterday. There's a lot going on with the guys cutting the trees down and the weather, but it's the same in here. You got some janky cubes up here in the corner, but for the rest of it, it's all insulated and looking good. So Chantal can show you some of the tree spots that were cut down. She'll give you a little rundown on why we cut some of the trees down behind the fence and the one that we had in the yard here.
All right, sorry, my hair looks a mess. I had my hood on while Dwight and I were in there doing insulation. So yeah, guys came out, removed some trees, and it really opened up the yard. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, and so much more space. So much more space. So one of the trees that we removed was this crepe myrtle that was right over the deck. Birds were always flying in the trees and pooping on the deck and on the grill, and that's a little bit too close where we do food prep, so that tree had to go. We had another tree cut down over here. He's actually coming to remove the stumps tomorrow, and this was really just to kind of open up the yard a little bit more, especially with the garden area going over there. We wanted to have some yard space still left for Storm to kind of get out here, run around, exert some energy and everything like that. So ended up cutting down that tree just to make some more space. And then lastly, we had 2 trees removed from right behind the fence line. Here is the greenhouse, and there were 2 trees that were right behind the fence. And the major reason why we wanted to have those trees removed was because one, they were dangling right over the greenhouse. So any sort of weather event, wind, whatever, could just kind of snap some branches and come crashing down on the greenhouse, and we obviously don't want that to happen. Same with the fence as well. So just more of a protective measure, because the way that they were drooping over the fence and also the greenhouse, we thought it would be best to get those removed. We lose a little bit of privacy, but in the bigger scheme of things, it's not that bad.
No, the other thing is, like, our land does go past the fence line. So there's still some more, like you can see this tree here in this corner. I'm gonna have to take that down and we'll get everything fixed up.
Yep.
I think the next thing we're gonna do, obviously finishing the building, but the next thing I want to get on is kind of, you know, clearing up the yard. There's a lot of dirt and patches, and it just looks so we're gonna get to that in a bit. I think the garden came out great. We're gonna do some more to clean it up and make it look good. I don't remember what the last video was.
The greenhouse.
Was it the greenhouse?
Where are you smelling?
So if you did not see us building this greenhouse behind us, click on the video above and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye-bye.